Okay, this is the installation of a 3 kilowatts hybrid inverter. So the first stage is to take the measurements of the wall for the wall mount of the installation. Then we take a impact drill and drill the 4 points which is to be mounted on. Now we've mounted the inverter on the wall, so we are screwing it down into the wall bracket to make sure it's secured firmly. You know, it has to be properly aligned so there won't be any issues in the operation within the system. So now we are just giving it a snug tight to make it look, you know. All right, the inverter has been mounted on the wall. So what we are doing now is tightening the screws in and at the same time confirming the plumb. You can see it's close to perfect. Horizontally and vertically we check the plumb level. Everything looks okay. The inverter has been mounted on the wall. So what we've done now, we've tightened the 4 screws properly to make sure it is sitting firmly. You can see there's nothing moving here. That means it's secured on the wall. So here now we already pre-installed the power cables for the battery. Here is the red, which is the right color code for the positive, and black, which is for the negative. You can see these are the terminals. We use them professional OT terminal, crimped properly with proper screws. You can see here's the positive and here's the negative. So the next stage is to take in the line in and out. Before you do this kind of connection, the AC input connection, your first connection has to go to the earth terminal before you do the line and the neutral. Okay, now we've installed the power cables for the battery and the breaker box. Here we have the 125 amp DC breaker for isolation of the battery from the system, and at the same time providing short circuit and overload protection in case of faults. You can see how we terminated the cables neatly into it. Now we have our earth bar where we'll be connecting other breakers in there. This is how we've gone so far. We've done the electrical installation. We have all the breakers, the SPD, the AC, DC, the voltage control relay, and the output. So let me look at it one by one. We have the AC input breaker. If you put this one off, input goes out. If you put it back on, there's a connection between these both. You can see a parallel connection between the SPD. The SPD is connecting to the neutral bar down here. I'm sorry, the earthing bar down here to protect against transient voltage and current. So what this one does is it clamps voltage above the 275 voltage range, and it drains out excess current through this point down to the earthing bar.